You should look like a mommy.
You suck.
You're kind of hot.
Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/ultramaximusreviews.
In association with nerdaddiction.com. Be sure to check out Marvel Addicts on Facebook. Hello YouTube, Ultramaximus back with another retro review, and today we're going to rewind it all the way back to 1997 with Toy Biz and The Bride of Venom. Now this character is also known as She-Venom. The actual character's name was Anne Weying, who was the ex-wife of Eddie Brock. Now, I mainly remember this character in the mid-90s, like right after I got out of high school, about 94, 95, somewhere around there. And I remember that she got the Venom symbiote bonded with her because Eddie was trying to save her. I think her life was in danger. She was dying, and he bonded the symbiote with her to save her, and she goes on some misadventures, and she's a very conflicted character. Like, when she gets the Venom suit, she'd go out and kill, and Eddie's like, that's not how she blamed it on the symbiote, and he's like, that's not how it works. It only does things that the host wants it to do, and she ends up killing herself. She commits suicide by throwing herself off of an apartment building because she sees Spider-Man like thwipping through the city in his black suit after the red one gets torn up. And I think there's been another She-Venom since then. I cannot recall, but this is about the only action figure I can really remember seeing of her. Which is really shocking in today's Marvel Legends that we haven't got her yet. Maybe she's just on the way. Now this figure is very, very interesting. I found this at my local flea market for $1. You can actually find this figure online. It's not a rare figure, but it's also not super common. You can get this figure all day long for anywhere from about $6 to $25. You can probably find it $6 or $8 loose, and then in box on card, I've seen it go for about $12 to $25. So $1 at the flea market, I couldn't pass it up. I actually wanted to get this figure last year for 31 Horror Toys in 31 days, kind of a Bride of Frankenstein type of thing, but I ended up getting another figure instead, and I just happened across this over the weekend, and I was really, really excited. Now, I like her design on the sheer fact that she looks like she's being taken by the symbiote against her will, which is kind of funny, and it gives it kind of a zombie mummy kind of look. She's got a very mummy walk looking going on here, so it's very reminiscent of the old horror movie of the silver screen, which I really, really do dig. We get half of her face there, and then we see some of the symbiote kind of slurping around her legs there, which is very, very cool. I would have liked to seen a version of this where it's completely in the symbiote as well, but this of itself is definitely very cool looking. Now, since this is from the 90s, there's not really that much articulation going on here. Her head can move back and forth. She has a hinge at her shoulders right here, and they also spin all the way around, and then her wrists spin like that. There's nothing at the elbows, nothing at the waist. The legs kick up that far. They kick really far backward. She can kick the back of her head there, which is kind of cool. She has a swivel right here at above the knee, and then up here at the upper thigh, and well, that's it. You can line up her symbiote little splooges on her legs to get her proper stance, which again, I really, really kind of like. We don't see a lot of action figures in this kind of format anymore, which is a very, very cool. I'd love to see an update on this character. It just, I don't know, there's something about it that just reminds me of the old school monster movies, and I love that. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I love the sculpt on this. I love how it's capturing that terrified look in her face. The green little drool and the symbiote side looks kind of cool, but we get half of her face there kind of getting enveloped and just this kind of pose she has where it's captured that moment, and I definitely dig that. She has this kind of terrified, anxious look in her eyes, which is very cool. The symbiote suit itself, I like the design. I like how it's got the little, on the arms, it's got the little tendrils kind of coming out, the veins you can kind of see. I love the spider design on it. It looks a little different being on her body, and you know, that's okay. It works for me. I definitely dig that. And the fact that it just looks like it's oozing over her, very cool. So taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, the tendrils all over the body that just barely stick out. Very, very nice, very cool. The upper legs, we can see how the symbiote's kind of zipping around her body. Very neat. We got the Venom logo kind of coming down in a point or a double point in the middle of her body there. Again, all the little tendrils. Very, very nice. I definitely dig that. And then she's got the tight little spider chick butt right there. Definitely got some thigh gappage going on there. Oh! And yeah, I mean, it's very, very cool. And we just don't see figures in this kind of design anymore today, where it kind of captures it in an action pose. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, again, the tendrils coming off the calves there, very nice. We have a little bit of tendril coming off one of the feet. Actually, both of the feet have some tendril coming up a little bit, capturing that slick black ooze, and if you look close, you can kind of see it oozing down her leg and everything. Again, we've got bits of flesh that is poking through right above the knee. Definitely digging that. It stands really well. She's kind of knob-kneed, and again, that's by design. It's kind of capturing this, I got attacked kind of look. Which is very, very cool, and when you get her legs in the right pose, I mean, it stands perfectly fine. For comparison, here we have the Bride of Venom with Spider Bitch and Singularity, and as you can tell, she fits perfectly into the Lady Legends scale, which I really do like. She's absolutely going up on my Marvel Legends shelf. She doesn't have the articulation they do, but oh man, this just makes me really, really want an updated version of the She-Venom. So is the Bride of Venom something that you want in your Spider-Man collection? If you're a symbiote fan, I think this is definitely one to pick up. It's relatively cheap. You can get it for anywhere from, you know, $6 to $12 to $12 to $25 on card, brand new. Which is very, very nice. It doesn't have the articulation of a modern figure, but I think the sculpt work is there. It's got a great kind of classic film noir pose going on. Like I said, it reminds me of the Mummy and the Bride of Frankenstein and those old classic Universal monsters, and it captures that moment where the symbiote gets her, and it captures her conflict she had as a character, which I really, really do like. Now, that being said, I do want to see a full costumed version of the She-Venom. I think that would be very cool. And, of course, you know, make it a modern Lady Legends figure. I think that would be really nice. We've got enough Spider-Girl body figures out there. This could easily be done. But it was definitely worth $1, and it's definitely worth up to $25, in my opinion. So, if that's something you're after, go find her. So there she is, the Bride of Venom from Toy Biz.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.